Hello everyone, welcome to our first Instagram Live session. My name is Parsov, I'm the founder of the Decentralized project. You're welcome to put comments and your questions during the session. The topic for today is what is a smart contract. But before going to the topic, I'd like to mention that in addition that it's our first Instagram Live event, we are organizing events on Twitter Space as well. By coming to both Twitter Space and Instagram, we're covering different audiences. For example, we're covering people who prefer Instagram, like on Instagram Live, and there are some people preferring Twitter Space. We're covering them on the Twitter Space event. So one little introduction, a few words about our project. So as I mentioned, my name is Parsov. I'm the founder of the Decentralized project. We're building a decentralized communication and advertising platform. When we're talking decentralization and Web3, most of the people, they think of blockchain technology. Essentially, blockchain technology is very cumbersome. It's not efficient. If we go back to the first talk, which happened on Twitter Space, it was regarding what is blockchain. So on this talk, which has a recording, which is placed Twitter, on this talk you can, like if you did listen or you are going to listen to this talk, you understand that they grow in size, they have a number of transactions, they're inefficient as a database. Like if you have to do a search, you have to start with block 1 to the current block, and so their network of nodes, but this network of nodes, like the more successful a blockchain becomes, the less decentralized it becomes. And essentially, taking an example of Ethereum blockchain, it's becoming increasingly centralized, like the number of nodes which are submitting transactions is very limited. So what we do in our project is we're building this centralized software engine which allows direct communication from person to person. We still have a blockchain instance and we have a cryptocurrency token, but they play just a support role in our project. Successful project and marketing, we have been posting on multiple social networks. It includes Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, and TikTok. We're growing a community. You're welcome to join our communities on Telegram, join our communities on Discord, and join our community on Reddit as well. But going back to the topic of this conversation, what is a smart contract? Yesterday we had a talk on the same topic on Twitter Space. I'm going to repeat some of the things set on Twitter Space, and then I'm going to continue talking in additional um, directions related with what is smart contract. Um, Basically, a smart contract is a collection of functions. These functions are placed on a blockchain, and a person who wants to uh, place a smart contract on a blockchain, the action of placement is called deployment. Deploying a smart contract on blockchain. The person who is doing this is initially writing text of a blockchain in a programming language. If we take the Ethereum blockchain as an example, the most often used programming language is Solidity. The programmer writes the smart contract, like the functions of the smart contract, in a text. Then they are compiling this text into a binary with a Solidity compiler. Testing of the smart contract is important. There's a website called Remix, which programmers, they can load the text or add this text, write the text of the smart contract. Then the second step that they take is they can compile this with different versions of this Solidity compiler. The third step they can take is they can deploy this to multiple environments. Like one of the environments is JavaScript Ethereum virtual machine. The second type of environment is they can deploy this to Ethereum testnet. For example, one of the testnets is Ring by. They can put the smart contract to a real environment, but in the same time, this environment is testnet. It doesn't the environment allows getting gas to pay for the gas fees for the initial step of deployment of the smart contract, and then running of the smart contract also requires paying fees. Like a person running the smart contract, they have to have sufficient amount of gas so that they can easily deploy the smart contract, and then they can run the functions. So after going to the test environment, people can deploy the smart contract to the real Ethereum mainnet. In addition to the Ethereum mainnet, they can deploy the same smart contract to the Binance Smart Chain and Polygon Matic, and other blockchains which are running the same Ethereum software, and they have the same Ethereum virtual machine, which is used for running smart contracts. Basically, these are the steps for writing a smart contract, and then compiling the smart contract, and then deploying of the smart contract. So what are the applications of smart contracts. The most often used applications are in these specific groups, like the first group of smart contracts is like for deployment of fungible tokens. Fungible means divisible. For example, a person may deploy a token like which does, for example, decentralized finance, like this. It has decentralized finance functionality. One example of DeFi token is like derivative token, which like you raise their price by combination by price movement of other tokens. For example, they wrapped Ethereum or wrapped Bitcoin tokens. So essentially, the token is only the price of Ethereum or Bitcoin on like if it's deployed on Ethereum blockchain, it's Ethereum token, but it's this in the same time it's a derivative token. Going back to the fungible thing, fungible means it's dividable and like people are able to add, subtract, multiply, or divide this token. The second type of smart contracts which can be deployed is like for non-fungible tokens. And non-fungible tokens means these are unique tokens which like for example they can deploy a token which is related to a niche, and like in the let's say if a person deploys a fungible token, they can specify the name of the symbol of the token. For example, if the symbol is Ethereum, they can name the symbol as WETH, for example, for wrapped Ethereum. Like when they deploy their smart contract, they get the address for the smart contract, and like people can deploy smart contracts with the same name as popular like other popular smart contracts. For example, a person may get the source of the smart contract for USDT or USDC, which are popular stable coins. They can name their smart contract with the same symbol, USDT or USDC, and the smart contract is going to be deployed. People can claim that they have USDT or USDC tokens, but like essentially they just one smart contract which has real USDT or USDC tokens. All the other smart contracts which are deployed on the same blockchain, which have the same name, they're essentially fake smart contracts. If like a person which deals with, for example, tokens which have real value, like USDT or USDC. They have to double check, triple check, or do multiple checks whether a token is a real token with real value, which corresponds to a specific project and specific company. Does the token correspond to Tether and USDT? Does the token correspond to Circle and USDC, etc. Going back to the non-fungible tokens, like non-fungible tokens, they also have additional information about the smart contract. So this additional information includes most often the link to the item which is associated with non-fungible token. Most often this link may be placed on the IPFS, interplanetary file system, but like people may claim that IPFS is like a next generation of storage. It's decentralized storage, but if we look at the closely at the IPFS, somebody is paying for the storage, somebody is paying for IPFS maintenance and like the disk space which forms the IPFS. So like essentially there are a few companies which are paying the bills for running IPFS. It may be not that not the decentralized itself. So like if we want to have a persistent storage, persistent space, so that people place a link and then they can access the item placed on the IPFS. People have to go to a space which is, for example, maybe Google. They pay the bill for the IPFS, and then people can have access to their item placed on IPFS. And like the non-fungible token, they essentially are visible to all the other people going to access to having access to the non-fungible token. They see the item. I mentioned like applications of smart contracts, like the first application was fungible tokens, second application non-fungible tokens. Third application, which is popular, is with decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs. What happens with this type of smart contract is people are doing voting. Like smart contract, it has an interface, and through this interface, people are submitting votes for specific questions or topics discussed. Most often, the voting on specific projects, it relates to the development of this project. For example, whether to do this development into this direction or that direction. Like other type types of topics for the voting is like giving like giving payments to specific people, or like minting additional tokens and distributing these tokens as well. People can vote as well for like if there is a staking for the specific token, people can vote on the percentage of rewards for this token, like increasing of this percentage or decreasing this percentage. Like very often voting in decentralized autonomous organizations is based on the number of tokens which like the specific person is holding. Like of course the creator of the smart contract and the creator of the token, they have the most tokens. Like initially they have 100% of the tokens. Then they are distributing certain amount to people who are like insiders, for example, developers for the project, and like maybe some investors who put like lots of money and they're sponsoring developments for the project. Additionally, like there are people who, if the token is connected to value, like people are putting certain maybe popular coins with values, and then they're exchanging this for tokens for the project, and like they become token holders for the project. Like all these people, they can submit their votes, but what happens is most of the time is like people are having their votes proportional to the tokens they're holding, and like most of the DAOs which are doing voting, they don't realize that it's not very democratic way to do voting. Like democratic way of voting is one person per one vote, and it's not that popular with most of the DAOs to do this type of voting, which is actually the most common democratic way of, for example, electing politicians or electing like local governments, etc. Like voting proportional to the number of tokens is actually common in the corporate world, where like corporations, they have board of directors, they do meeting of the shareholders, and shareholders, they vote proportional to the stock they're holding. For example, big investors, they hold a big percentage of the stock. Then they're the founders of the corporation. They hold certain amount of stock, and like the current DAO voting, it closely resembles the voting in the corporate world, which is proportional to the number of shares people are voting. Looking at the comments, I'm like the first comment, I am looking great, great job you're doing. Thank you for this comment. So then there are people who are starting to follow us on Instagram as well. I welcome everyone who is following us on Instagram on this live event. In addition, I like to invite everyone who is on this live event or who are going to look at the recording for this event as well. So I invite you to join our Telegram group, our Discord group, and our Reddit group as well. If you have questions, please write them in the chat. I'm going to answer these questions. And if there are no questions, I'm going to continue talking on the topic. One reminder on the topic of the day. The topic of the day is what is a smart contract in the context of cryptocurrencies. Going to the applications of smart contracts. For example, regarding to the applications with fungible tokens, which most often are used into decentralized finance projects. They're also used for example, for creating of so-called meme coins as well. If you are not familiar with the term meme coin, it's like a coin with very the purpose of the coin is for example, the stated purpose may be resemblance to some other coin. For example, Shiba Inu is one of the very popular meme coins. Some people like to use the term shitcoin as well, because the purpose, there is no purpose of the coin other than just pumping the value of the coin by people who are coming and putting other cryptocurrencies or fiat currency to buy this coin. Like the buying of token increases the value of the token, and then early investors they benefit from this because the price is increasing. But if people start actually selling this coin, the price of the coin rapidly would go down, and the coin itself is going to lose value. So that's one application for fungible tokens. But going back to decentralized finance tokens, like and going back to the smart contract topic, to the smart contracts, like there are lots of exploits which the smart contracts they like the people who are exploiting smart contracts. For example, one popular exploit of the smart contract is like with the first deployed smart contract is like to call the smart contract and transfer tokens. Like if like somebody is calling this function to transfer tokens to a specific address, and like the programmer of the smart contract, they have to specify to compare the address of the owner of the smart contract, of the person who created the smart contract, if they're allowed to do the transfer or not. And like if a person who wrote the smart contract, they forgot to add this line in the smart contract, or a couple of lines in the smart contract to compare the address of the person who is calling smart contract and who is requesting the transfer. Like if the person did not specify this, then very quickly the smart contract is going to be drained from the tokens. The tokens are going to be transferred to one or more addresses of hackers. So like this is an exploit of like the language of the smart contract itself. There are other exploits which are, for example, using a number of tokens which is bigger amount than the number of tokens needed. For example, if the smart contract does not check on the number of tokens whether it's bigger than the number of tokens like owned by a specific person, like they like the hacker, they can drain tokens from the owners of the tokens. Like these are specific exploits which like the writer of the smart contract, they have to be careful to include this in when they write the smart contract. Once the smart contract is written, like it's very difficult to change the smart contract. Like the way of changing the functionality is like to specify the smart contract calling other smart contracts, like but like the other smart contracts, they have to be like if they have some flows in the smart contract, they have to be modified as well. Like what I described is like exploits of the flows of the smart contracts which hackers can exploit. But there are actually legal exploits of the smart contracts. Few days ago, I did read an article about a project which had their token, and they had like they did create a smart contract for the decentralized finance token. The token it had like the functionality of giving loans, and then the token was swappable for other cryptocurrencies. What happened in the specific attack on the smart contract is one person did deposit 5 million USDT tokens, the equivalent of $5 million in stable coins. And like we did this after depositing this amount, they did initiate a loan of of millions of coins of this specific DeFi project. At the time of getting the loan, like the value of the token was about 2 cents. And like the specific attack, like first step of the attack was like getting a loan of the token, which was valued with 2 cents. The second step of specific attack on the token was like buying the probably the same person, they did deposit another 5 million USDT tokens, and they bought like the token, they bought a amount of the token which was equivalent of 5 million USDT, $5 million in stable coins. Like the action of buying the token, it increased the value very quickly from 2 cents to maybe around $10, like $9 something. Like the value of the token did increase very quickly. The same person who had the loan in this tokens, they had a very significant amount because of the bump of the price of the token. They quickly swapped this very large amount for other cryptocurrencies, and the action of the swapping did drain the liquidity of the specific token. Like they were placed the specific token, they had about $90 million provided for liquidity, and the action of the swapping of the initial 5 million USDT, which happened to hold like more than maybe hundreds of millions of the equivalent by the initial price was 2 cents, then they bought like the value of the token became $9 something. like they swapped the amount of the loan they got into tokens, into other cryptocurrencies, and then they drained the total liquidity for the project. So the specific attack of the project made the attacker like the total amount of liquidity was $90 million, and like all these actions was they were written in an article which analyzed what was happening for the specific token. And I was like in the end of the article, like there was the comment section, and I wrote the comments like the article is describing the specific actions as an attack, but like so far the attacker of the specific token, I don't think they did anything illegal or anything criminal. I think they play by the rule of the token. They just did exploit these rules, and like my question to the writer of the article was like, is there something illegal in this? So with this example that I'm bringing is like on the topic of the talk, which is what is smart contract. I'm bringing some examples of exploits of smart contracts, which can happen because of the specific flows which are in the smart contract. All this functionality of the smart contracts, like it can be achieved by an actual program which calls, for example, a database. Like currently, a smart contract, like one thing I have to mention with smart contracts, and one kind of a thinking which I find in articles is like marketers or people involved into projects or developers, they think that the smart contracts they are self-executable and self-running. Essentially, smart contracts they're passive functions which are residing on a blockchain. Like these functions, they have to be called by an outside program which is called Decentralized application, or in short, a dApp. Like the functions of the smart contracts, they are not running by themselves. They have to be called by decentralized app. Like the most, I did mention types of like if we're looking at the types of decentralized apps on the market, and the most often most popular is like the word dApp. Essentially, word dApp is a program calls the program of a blockchain, and it stores either the coins of the blockchain, the smart contract enabled blockchain, or it calls the functions of the smart contract of a blockchain so that they can do certain maybe transfers of tokens or calling other functions specified in the smart contract. All this functionality of decentralized app, calling functions of smart contract which are residing on a blockchain which has to run constantly. This functionality can be substituted by a program which runs a database. Like people who they say that like the future is in decentralization, and they think that like using decentralized dApp, which calls function as a smart contract, they consider this like a step towards decentralization. But the person who is calling decentralized, which is calling the smart contract is calling the actual single node of the blockchain. Like this action of calling of a single node is not decentralization itself, because the action is going to a single computer, which is part of the network of nodes, which is the specific blockchain. So that's a way of comparing the functionality of smart contracts with similar functionality which can be achieved by a program, and this program has information stored in a database. So any questions or comments from you who are on this live event? I'm looking at the timing, and the timing is close to 15 minutes since the start of our live talk. Like I'm going to end our live event maybe in 5 to 10 minutes. If you have some questions, please add your questions. For the people who came later after the start of this live Instagram talk event, like I mentioned that my name is Paul Arsov. I'm the founder of the Decentralized Web project. So we are doing regular talks on Twitter Space and on Instagram Live. Our first talk on Twitter was regarding what is a blockchain. You can go to our Twitter channel, and you can find and listen to the recording of this event. Our second talk was yesterday on Twitter Space on the same topic as this event, on the topic of what is a smart contract. Yesterday on Twitter Space we covered a little bit different things that I'm talking today, like today, I talked, maybe I did follow up on our yesterday's talk in regards to what is a smart contract. But going back to our project, like we're building a decentralized communication and advertising platform, we have a decentralization engine. And one thing I want to mention is like we're starting an airdrop starting next week. Come to our Discord, Telegram, and Reddit channels and find more about our airdrop. Essentially, we're like a person who is going to participate in the airdrop. They have to download and install our software. At the point of our installation, they're getting a wallet address, and they can go to a web page on our website. They can put the wallet address, and they're going to get 50 tokens on our blockchain, which currently it does not have value, but in the future it may be connected to a value, and all these tokens which are connected, they're going to have value. In the airdrop event, we're building a community. You can subscribe to, you can come and join our Discord, Telegram, and Reddit channels. In addition to this, you can tweet a link to the page of the airdrop, and when you tweet a link, in addition to your wallet address of our blockchain, your tweet for the tweet to the link of this airdrop, and joining our Telegram, Discord, and Reddit channels. When you click on the submit for this form with all this information that you're submitting, you are eligible to drawing, and we're going to have winners of rewards. The first reward is in the amount of $10, and 3 additional people, they're going to get rewards of $5. These rewards are going to be in cryptocurrencies, and the rewards are going to be based on the number of submissions, like whether you submit you submit all the required fields, plus you did reach lots of people with your tweet. You can be the winner of the first prize of $10. So that's regarding of the airdrop event. We're planning to add, in addition to this, referral rewards, which are going to be mainly maybe weekly rewards. For example, people inviting people to join our communities. They are eligible for weekly drawings, and then they're going to be winners in cryptocurrencies as well. One specific thing about our project is it's about decentralization. It's very different compared with many other projects. Other projects, they're into the group of, for example, decentralized finance is one group. NFTs are another group. The meme coins are the third group, and maybe new blockchains are the fourth group. Our project is very different, very original, and there are very few projects which are doing through decentralization. That's why we're inviting people to something which is interesting and it's not a repetition of the same old. For example, decentralized finance projects, it is all about staking, loaning, this type of things. What we have in our project is original. It is decentralization is a very big field. It's a new market which we're creating one implementation of decentralization. With this last things, I'm reading the comments which are saying you spoke well. Thank you, kudos, thank you, and educational and insightful. Thank you for your comments. So I'm going to end the event. There's going to be a recording for this event, which is going to be placed on our Instagram channel. You can put broadcasts on other channels. For example, tweet this link to people that you are reaching or to the groups you're participating. Many people, they are into the crypto, but they do not exactly understand basic things like what is a smart contract. I hope this is original and interesting for people who are going to look at the recording of this session. With this last words, thank you for joining. Have a nice day, and come and join our communities on Telegram, Discord, and Reddit. Thank you, and bye.